Today we're visiting the Niagara Parks power station and the tunnel, which was the highlight of the visit in my opinion. The tunnel is a 2,200-foot long journey to an observation platform right at the foot of the Horseshoe Falls, which offers a unique perspective right there by the falls. This vantage point rivals the journey behind the falls experience, and in my opinion, you should do both. You can watch as the Maid of the Mist comes for a visit to the falls, and then the hornblower. But first, we need to get tickets, so our journey starts above ground at Table Rock Center, a beautiful looking building that functions as a welcome center, and this is where we bought our tickets, used the restroom, and perused the gift shop. There are also shops, a restaurant, and some observation areas at the Welcome Center, and it's very clean and modern looking and conveniently located right next to the falls. We bought the mid-tier combo ticket that included both the journey behind the falls, the power station, the White Water Walk, the Whirlpool Aerocar, plus 2 days access to the Incline Railway and also the Wego bus, and an additional attraction. We chose to visit the Butterfly Conservatory as our extra attraction. This is really a great deal, especially when you're paying with US dollars and the prices quoted are Canadian. Next, we walked over to the power station, which is a short walk from the Table Rock Welcome Center. In front of the building is a sign describing the history of the power station and then a map to orient yourself. As soon as you walk into the building, you'll see a sign with the Tesla Coil show times. It's a cute little demonstration. It's not a must-do, but odds are you'll be there for at least one of the showings since it's done once an hour and your visit will likely take 1 to 2 hours. And at the front, you'll see an area where the audio tour headsets are given out, so make sure everyone in your group gets one. It's really a game changer to have these headsets when you're looking at the exhibits. We are now at the restored generator hall, and there are lots of exhibits, some interactive and some not, but all with plenty of information and signage so you know what you're looking at by reading. Still, the audio tour was much better than just reading, so make sure to take advantage of the audio sets when they give them out, and you'll enjoy the experience even more. And then there are some interactive exhibits to keep you and the kiddos entertained and educated at the same time. We passed the entrance to the tunnel area. We're going to do that in a bit, and actually that was the highlight. But first, we wanted to explore this great hall with all its history. The tunnel and the viewing platform are the best part of this power station experience, so we left the best for last. First, take a little time to go through the exhibition hall and learn all about this great piece of history. I noticed a group huddled around a tour guide, and that would be very helpful. You can buy a ticket with a tour or pay extra for the tour. We didn't do that. We figured the signage and the audio headset would be good enough. But a good tour guide can make the experience more meaningful. It's up to you. Here's an example of an interactive exhibit where the display panel is telling me to take control. I guess I'm supposed to wave my hand or swipe. Ready for your training? I guess.
Want to take over control. I love your enthusiasm. But running a power station is something that takes years of experience and training.
Well, I failed my training, so on we went. This exhibit is really interesting. I know it doesn't look it, but listen to the audio when you get here and you'll see what I mean. I had no idea about the controversy between George Westinghouse and Thomas Edison. The controversy was about whether the United States should use AC or DC currents. Edison was against AC and waged a propaganda war against it by associating AC current with the electric chair and death. He wanted every home to have DC systems, that's a direct current. Westinghouse argued that AC current was much more efficient and could be transmitted over longer distances. Guess who won? To find out, you have to tap your audio gizmo onto the speaker icon, and then you'll know the rest of the story. At the very end of the hall, you can see people sitting around waiting for the Tesla Coil show, and also at this end of the hall are a bunch of hands-on exhibits that are really pretty cool. This is where I touch lightning or electricity. Okay, that was interesting. And this, what's this? A glove. Okay, put the glove on, and someone on the other side is also putting the glove on. It's made of a steel mesh material, like a lightning rod. It's attracting the bolts of electricity. Pretty neat. And these are some old artifacts. And now the Tesla Coil show is about to start.
All right, and I'm sure everybody recognized that. That was, of course, the chicken dance. And lastly, I'll play one more song for you. It's a little early, but happy birthday, sir. All right, happy birthday, sir.
Thank you.
Thanks again, everybody. Have a wonderful day.
At this point, we felt we had experienced the power station and its history, and we were ready for our adventure down the tunnel. That's probably the most exciting part of this, as you'll soon see. And it looks like there's a bit of a line here. It looks like other people have the same idea. And the reason there's a line is that we're all waiting for the elevator that can only hold a small number of people at a time. The elevator will take us down 180 feet to the tunnel and the viewing platform, where we'll see the Niagara River and the falls. And now it's our turn, and the elevator comes with a guide.
Alright guys, we're descending 180 feet down to our tail race tunnel. That's about 2,200 feet. We're half a mile there, half a mile back. And you need to be able to hold 80,000 gallons of water per minute, causing the turbines below to spin 250 rotations per minute. If you look out the rear end of the elevator, you'll see a smaller tube called the drive shaft. That drive shaft was connected to the turbines and also spun 250 RPMs. Ponchos are available at the end and benches are along the way in case you guys get tired. It's about a 10 to 15 minute walk there as well as back.
And now we're in the tunnel. It's a little dark and long, about a 10 to 15 minute walk with a few exhibits along the way. But it was pretty dark and hard to read the signs. This one was better lit, and it talks about the planning and design. This one about the building, the construction, the tools. It's a really long tunnel, so they're trying to entertain you on the way, I guess. Is that a light at the end of the tunnel? And finally, we're at the end of the tunnel, and there's a display of ponchos, but most people walked right past it. I'm not sure you really need one. And wow, what a nice viewing platform. This, I think, is the highlight of a visit to the power plant. And look at that. That's the Maid of the Mist right next to the falls, and so are we. Although they definitely need ponchos, not optional for them. And all the way down there, that's the hornblower. The Maid of the Mist leaves from the US side of the Niagara Falls. The hornblower leaves from the Canadian side. And now the hornblower is getting closer. You can see they're all wearing red ponchos. The Maid of the Mist gives out blue ponchos. And up there on the platform next to the falls across the river, that's Niagara State Park in the US, and the viewing from there is awesome as well. And from here, you can see how close the boats get to the falls. That's pretty close, and I'm sure the people out on the decks are getting nice and wet, or at least misty. There is an area on the boat to sit inside and not get wet, but what's the fun in that? If you turn around on the viewing platform, you can see the mouth of the tunnel we came out of, and above is a viewing area, and I'll show you that once we get above ground at the end of the video. That viewing area is free and also offers a breathtaking experience, so stick around for that. And now it's the Maid of the Mist turn to visit the falls. And you can see they're all wearing blue ponchos. Other than that, there really isn't any difference between the Maid of the Mist and the Hornblower experience. It's just where you board the boat, on the US side or on the Canadian side. They both go to the same falls. That was fun. Now I want to show you the experience on top, but first we have to walk back down the tunnel, wait for the elevator, take the ride up with another tour guide. They're really great. Actually, the way up was a lot more interesting than the way down. I'm not sure why, but we're in a different elevator and we're seeing different things. And now we're back in the generator hall. So let's go outside and I want to show you a spectacular viewing area. By the way, that's one of the WeGo bus stops. You can ride the WeGo free with the pass we bought, and it takes you up and down the main street to all the attractions. Okay, you can see the mist from the falls, so you know we're getting closer. And let's have a closer look. And closer. And here, this is where you can see the water before it goes down the falls. Wow. And in the distance, you can see another Maid of the Mist making its way over to the falls. I think they run about every 20 minutes. There's really so much to do here. I hope you come visit soon, and please subscribe if you enjoyed this video. It helps me out and I really appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Bye.